Oh my God, you can cuss, you can talk about getting your vagina licked, you can talk about getting your asshole fucked, anything you want.
Your wardrobe screams fatherless.
Do you have more trust
Honestly,
in that
this is
top-diving
kind of
people?
disgusting.
How was your
and
relationship with
disappointing,
your
but it's
father?
nice. Just saying, why did you get the attention you wanted?
You need Jesus. That's offensive. Hello, motherfuckers. Welcome back to That's Offensive. It's Daddy DEELZ in the building. And I have a guest. When I met her the other day, she got recognized in the lobby multiple times. CJ Miles. I don't know if you noticed, but I turned around and was like, am I not famous enough to recognize yet? And the guy looked awkward, and I'm like, I'm fucking with you, man. I know I'm not famous enough to get recognized.
Hello. Where do I look at? Hi, guys. Amelia's podcast.
So introduce yourself.
I'm CJ motherfucking Miles.
The legend, the icon.
Yes.
She got a little drunk before the pod, so hopefully we get some tears for views. I'm kidding.
So.
Yeah, I hope so.
I can say that in your podcast.
Say what?
Vagina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, you can cuss, you can talk about getting your vagina licked, you can talk about getting your asshole fucked, anything you want.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
So tell me a little bit about your childhood and your upbringing, because that's something you haven't really talked a lot about before, right?
Yes. Wait, let me see. Okay. Well, I don't really say this to a lot of people, but I will say it to you.
Thank you.
Okay, my childhood is not the best, but that's why I am here, and I'm always happy because I appreciate everything in my life.
Yeah. So where did you grow up?
In the Philippines.
In the Philippines?
Yes.
Got it. And when you grew up in the Philippines, I know you had mentioned that your dad went off to work and your mom left you on the street. Would you want to go in a little bit of detail about that?
Okay, so I don't know how to start this, but I finished college in the Philippines, but I worked through hard for it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have any parents. Well, I have a dad, but he was in Saudi Arabia working,
Yeah.
and my mom left me or us. I have a sister and a brother,
Mhm.
and she didn't leave. She told me to leave the house when I was 13.
Yeah.
She said I don't talk bad about her. Like, I hope she has a good family and a good health right now.
Mhm. Yeah. But she kicked you out when you were 13?
Yes, and then I start living off my classmates when I was young.
Okay. So were you like couch surfing then?
Is that what you say?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, that's like a term.
like that.
So basically hopping from like couch to couch, like staying at people's houses.
Yes,
Yeah. Did
Till
you?
college.
Yeah.
No, actually college, like I was in a dorm.
Yeah. What did you keep in contact with your dad after he moved to Saudi Arabia?
Not all the time because there's no cell phones. Maybe just pager.
But when you were living there, there weren't like cell phones at the time, right?
Yeah.
So it was like very hard to get in contact. Like you just
Yeah.
had a pager where you could call him like once
or,
a.
Yeah, or my cousins or my aunts just say like, oh, your daughter we don't know, she might get pregnant anytime soon. She's not gonna finish college. So I feel that motivated me for where I am right now. So if you guys don't know, I don't want to cry. I finished computer engineering in the Philippines. All my classmates, hello. I finished BSBA, computer engineering, in Colegio de San Juan de Letran. Yes.
Okay. Look at you, smarty. What is college like? Is college the norm in the Philippines?
Yes, I feel like in the Philippines, because we have a hard life, it's a third world country.
Yeah.
If you don't finish college, you're not gonna go get anywhere in life.
Okay.
But I feel it's not really my calling. But I finished college because for my dad. And
Yeah.
so I can support my whole family.
Was there like a pressure to finish college to like kind of prove something to people?
Yeah, kinda. But I'm really good in like academic stuff. But I also like to dance and sing.
Yeah.
like all Filipino. But in my head, I'm like, my sister's like, you're not really born here, for like made for the Philippines. You should be in America or something.
Yeah.
So after college, I worked for Dell as my first job.
Hurry, should we backtrack a little bit? Because there was a
Yeah.
lot of stuff we missed.
Yes.
Okay. So why did your mom kick you out, and like what was your relationship with her? Like what was her relationship like with your dad at the time?
I think it's still a mystery. It's still a mystery, but my dad was sending her money to like keep us in college, me and my sister, but she just kept the money.
Oh my gosh, so she was pocketing the money that like was supposed to be going to you. Did he ever catch on to that?
Later on, yes.
Okay, got it.
I found out all the story from my relatives.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I was living off to my classmates, like every day it's a different. For example, you're my classmate. You know, I stay with you today, and the next day I stay with different classmates. So it's their parents is really nice.
Is it like a very welcoming community over there? Is this like normal over there to?
Yeah. But I feel like my teachers were feel bad for me because they understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I always go to school without tuition fee.
Oh, okay. So you have to pay tuition to go to school in the Philippines?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
School. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So it's always like promissory note for me and my sister. So I feel like that's why I'm like sad and what do you call that? Like introvert. That's why I'm introvert.
Okay, got it. You're an introvert.
Yes.
Okay. In my times of meeting you, you've been so bubbly and welcoming.
Yeah.
I'm pretty introverted too, actually. What happened with your brother? Because your brother got to stay with your mom, right?
Yeah. So he got to stay with because he's like 10 years younger than me. But I always, like every Christmas, I always think about them, like if they're doing okay.
Yeah.
And I stayed in a dorm in a 12 with the 12 girls in 12 bunk beds. Is that what you call it? Yeah. So
Bunk beds, yeah.
yeah, and then I have to like work sometimes when I have to go to school so I can provide or like feed myself.
Yeah, when you were couch surfing or couch hopping or whatever term, but did like the families feed you? Were they like very like generous with that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Always nice to me, but it's also sad like every time like I graduate high school or college, like I always look back, maybe my dad or my mom was there.
Yeah, wishing they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, what was high school like for you? What was like, aside from your parents, what was your high school experience like?
My high school was great. Because I always danced, so I was like dancing in school and like cheerleading. Because I'm the smallest one. Sorry. I don't want to cry on your podcast. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's fine. I encourage it.
Okay.
It's like in therapy, I try to be like a therapist. So like therapists never tell you stop crying. They tell you get it out. So if you need to cry, you need to take a little break.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a hard childhood. So
Yeah.
I made sure that I worked so hard. So
Yeah, to get out of it. Did you have any normalcy in your experience, like making friends or with your dancing and stuff like that?
I always dance, so up to now, that's why, like in my OnlyFans, I still dance all the time, and then when I got here in America, I started stripping.
Okay, got it.
So it was easy for me.
Yeah, I'm jealous. My hips, they really.
Yeah, you can dance.
Oh my gosh. If I'm like 12 tequila shots deep, I can dance, but other than that, it's like I know how to headbang, and that's about it. Where I just go like that.
You need to learn that shit. I get dizzy quick.
So did you work while you were in college?
Yeah, I work in what do you call that? A restaurant. It's a Japanese restaurant close to my dorm. And we have to wear like short skirts. So so when you serve drinks,
is it kind of like a Hooters?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's like you're serving like Japanese men they have more money.
Oh.
So you like serve it like that, and you're like, I'm like, okay, this job is for me.
Yeah.
But all the like manager, she's not gonna last because I cannot really carry like heavy trays because I'm so small.
Oh my gosh.
For Filipinos, I'm still small.
Honestly, that was the biggest reason I became a hostess, and even becoming a hostess, I quit after 2 weeks. I'm like,
Hostess.
this is too much for me. What did you do after college, or what was your college experience like? Like, what you did engineering, so
Yeah.
you must have been smart. Was it easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, or was it a little more difficult?
It's balance. I'm really good with. I can make a website. I can make your own website.
Oh wow.
I did a Visual Basic 6.0 Flash and all the all how you make a website. I know how to do. So all my friends in London, they're like really good, but I just start doing a different my shit.
So then after college, you started working for Dell.
Yes. So when you call 1-800 number, okay, this is my story. Because I have like a memory, like I forget everything because of my past was bad. So
Oh, so did you block out most of your childhood?
Everything,
Yeah.
so I couldn't.
Like as a
really
trauma
remember.
response?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So that's why I'm like always happy because I forget stuff,
Uh-huh.
which is good.
Ignorance can be bliss.
Yes.
That's why I don't watch the news anymore.
Me too.
So you worked at Dell, and it was like a call center in the Philippines?
Yeah. So it was like call center was booming that time in the Philippines because it's a lot of Americans goes to Philippines. So when you call 1-800 number, it goes straight to it's either India or Philippines because the cost of labor is cheaper.
Yeah.
So I make $10 a month.
$10?
Wait, $100 a month. Sorry.
$100 a month? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when you finish college.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully now they make more. Hopefully.
Is $100 a month like a livable wage in the Philippines?
It's like 5,000 pesos in the Philippines, which I can pay for my dorm and just food
Okay.
every day.
Okay.
But for me, it's like I finished college so I can support my whole family. But I was like, there's no way I can support my whole family with this.
Yeah.
Because I want my dad to get off work.
When did you start dating someone within Dell?
Okay, so the story, so there's a lot of Americans based in Dell when I was working for Dell in the Philippines. So I dated this guy. He works for Dell and he's my boss. He was 25 and I think I was 21. I just finished college. So I was dating him for 3 years when I worked there. Oh, so I want to tell you this story because this is how I got my name.
Okay.
So they told us like we have to make American sounding name.
What was your name before?
It's a long name. It's like a Filipino name.
Okay.
So they told us, oh, you cannot answer the phone with Maria Cristina. Hello, you're calling Dell. So we have to pretend that we're based in Texas.
Really?
So
Okay.
we have to make an American sounding name. So we have to write in a piece of paper like a American name. So I was thinking, I like this girl that I always listen to her, and her name is Miles. She's in a radio station and she like give advices like love advices. So every time I go on a train wearing my tutu, I go to work with my skirt, and so they told us like to make American sounding name. So I put Miles. They said like, oh, within 5 minutes you have to submit the paper and put your name because we have long names, all are Filipinos. So I put Miles, but I couldn't think of like first name, so I just end up like put CJ Miles. So that was my name for 3 years working for Dell.
Okay, got it. Does anyone call you by your Filipino name, or do you just always go by CJ now?
Yeah, she's it.
Just CJ?
Cunt juice, if you guys want to know. I'm juice, just kidding. Anyway, so yeah, after that, so he went back to in Texas. And I told him, I think I'm just gonna go to Japan and be an entertainer because it's easier job.
Yeah.
Because for me, there's no way I can live off $100 a month.
Uh-huh.
Like, my dream is to buy my dad a car.
Yeah. What made Japan easier than the U.S.?
I think there's a lot of Filipino entertainers
Okay.
in Japan. It's easier
Uh-huh.
than getting a US visa.
Uh-huh.
And then I told him, like, hey, I'm going to go to Japan and just be an entertainer than staying in Dell. But he ended up petitioning me as a fiancé visa. So if you guys don't know, like, the fastest way to get to America if you're from the Philippines is either fiancé visa or spouse visa.
Spouse visa? Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So within 90 days, I'm so, like, blessed that I got Japan visa and US visa.
Uh-huh.
And I told my dad, like, which one I'm going to pick. And he said, like, of course, US visa, America, America.
Of course.
So I went to see him. So within 90 days, we have to get married. But as soon as I got to America, as soon as I got to Texas, I didn't know he lives in his mom's basement.
Yeah.
And he still works for Dell. And I found out that he was married the whole time I don't want to talk shit about him.
It's okay.
Okay.
My whole motto is, like, if someone doesn't want you to talk about something they did, then they shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I appreciate everything what he did for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his family. So when I got to Texas, I didn't know he was married the whole time I was dating him in the Philippines.
Was he divorced by the time that you got back?
Yes.
Okay.
His sister told me, like, oh, he just divorced his wife when I got there, and then he started beating me up. He's like a black belt, tall guy.
Yeah.
I think it's not, maybe it's, I don't know. I saw it in the Philippines too, like he was hurting me.
Uh-huh.
But it got worse when I got to Texas.
Yeah.
Like he dragged me and
my
threw
God.
me on the floor.
And you're tiny. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Can I drink water?
Oh, of course.
I don't really like telling this story, but I think it's good for a lot of girls who can relate.
Yeah, of course. And I think it's like, honestly, you're so strong for being able to tell it, because for so many years you didn't want to tell it because, like...
Because I feel like because of him, I'm here in America.
Yeah. Like, so many doors open because of him, like, you kind of feel like you owe him something.
Yeah.
But the truth is, you don't owe anyone anything. But, like, you know, be grateful for your blessings at the same time.
Always.
Always. Did the mother and the sister know what he was doing?
Yeah. So within 6 months, because I have to stay with him for 6 months till I get my green card.
Yeah.
And his sister and his mom wrote the immigration and said that he's beating me up. So that's how I got my green card.
Okay. Or your citizenship, or...
Yeah, my citizenship.
Okay.
And then after that, well, he didn't want. So every time he goes to work, he turn off his computer. He unplug everything, and he has a lock on his computer, so I cannot message my family.
Oh my God.
But one day, sorry, I should stop. One
you're
day
fine,
he
girl.
left his computer on, and I saw he has MySpace. MySpace that time. So I was like, what is MySpace? For 6 months in America, I don't have any social media or internet.
Was there any, like, culture shock? Like, did you get in the culture? Were you always in the basement when you came?
I guess it's a basement, yeah. Yeah, for 6 months I was in the basement.
Uh-huh. My God.
But I'm like, my friends are like, you should go home. I'm like, not going home because, to live in America is a dream.
Yeah.
So,
So one day he left his computer on, and I saw he has MySpace. I'm like, what the fuck is MySpace? And I saw he's like talking to a lot of girls. I'm like, which I don't care anymore. But I made my own profile, and I put one picture, and one photographer saw my picture, and he said like, oh, you should go to San Diego, and I'll take a picture of you. I said, no, I can't because I don't have social security number. I didn't know if in America you have to have social security number to work. Because I tried applying a lot of jobs like McDonald's or whatever. They told me I need a social security number. So he told me, no, I'm going to pay you cash. And then, God is good. It's really a real photographer.
Yeah. Did you have any red flags, or like, did you ever think like, oh, a photographer wants to fly me out, like something bad might happen? Or were you just
No, I didn't really know there's this bad people in America.
Oh, okay. So you had this idea that like most Americans.
When I just heard like, oh, I'm going to pay you 500, I was like,
wow.
Yeah, that's big money for me. Like I need. And then and then I told him like, hey, there's a guy who want to fly me out to San Diego.
Your husband at the time, or your fiance?
Yeah. And then he said, okay. And then he took me to the airport, and he didn't even ask, who is this guy, or is this a legit photographer? He just wanted me to go.
Yeah.
And finally, it's a real photographer. It's a legit, he does website for girls, for all the models.
Okay.
And he told me like, do you have any friends here? I said, no, it's my first time in America. It's my first time here. Like, what do you mean? Like, no, I was in the basement for 6 months, so I don't know anybody. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to introduce you to 2 girls, and that's what's Francine D and Charisse.
Okay.
And they're still my good friends up to now.
Oh, love to hear that.
This is like the good story now.
When you were like with your husband, or sorry to like bring it back, or your fiance at the time, did you ever feel any like resentment that like the mother and the sister didn't do anything to try to like stop it, or do you think they just couldn't? Cause
no, I don't think they can do anything because he's like the only son. But I know they feel bad for me, and then they told me like, Cija, you can go now. They're like pushing me away, like they're like, you're free now. Yeah, they're like, they really care because they saw what he was doing to me. Yeah. But I was like, I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
I stayed longer because I don't know anybody but him.
Well, thank God this photographer was like a good guy.
Like, I think I have a guardian angel up to now. I have a good life now. So I never really think bad about other people. I think he's a blessing.
Yeah. Did any of the girls take you under their wing once he introduced you to the girls?
So after that, I met Francine D. So I know a lot of my fans knows her because of who I am now. So I'm still good friends with her, but she's married now. So she told me like, so when I met Francine, she's like, so I opened up to her, like, oh, I have a husband that was beating me up in Texas. She said, fuck that. Come to Vegas and I have a job for you. So I was thinking like, yes, I have a job. So I told him like, hey, I'm going to go to Vegas and I'm going to meet this girl and she have a job for me. And she's like, okay, go. And as soon as I got to Vegas, she picked me up and we went straight to get a business license. And she dropped me off at the Rhino, Spearmint Rhino, my family for 12 years. So yeah.
So what is the Rhino then?
Spearmint Rhino is the best strip club where I met all my guardian angels. Yeah, I had fun. Okay, the first thing when she dropped me off, I met the manager of Spearmint Rhino, which is he's really, really anal about girls. Like you have to like wear bikini for auditioning. But as soon as he saw me, he's like, you can start now. I'm like, start what? Because we went in the back of the Spearmint Rhino.
And so you didn't see like that it was a strip club?
No, I didn't know it was a strip club. So I thought it was just like, I don't know.
A normal office?
Yeah. So he told me like, okay, you can start now. And I looked like 12 years old. No makeup, with like short. I'm like, and then Francine was like, okay, she gave me a bikini. she said like, okay, bitch, I'll see you inside. Inside what? So I changed my outfit and I went out. It's a bar. It's dark, and the Love Naked Girls is 24 hours open.
Wow.
Yes. And then I was like, no, there's no way, because I feel in my head like I I didn't finish college for this.
Yeah, like there's a little bit of a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
But it's funny because a lot of girls who are in sex work actually went to college and they used their college degree to be good at sex work because not everyone is successful.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Shout out to OnlyFans.
so you guys both dance at the club together. How else
Yes.
did she take you under her wing?
So I didn't know she's like famous,
Mhm.
like in a world of car scenes and car shows.
Yeah.
And her whole house, everything I learned today is from her.
Mhm. Did she have like a website as well?
Yes, she has a website. So she took me to the club.
Uh-huh.
My first night in Vegas is my first night at the strip club,
Mhm.
and I made a lot of money that time because it was like a poker tournament. The poker tournament was big that time.
Yeah.
So all the guys were like, "Oh." She's like, "Oh, can I get a dance?" I said, "I'm sorry, I don't know how to dance." Like, "Yeah, you can." No, it's my first night at the Rhino, and it's my first night in Vegas in America, because I feel like it's my first night in America because the whole time I was in the basement in Texas, so I didn't. He's like, "No, yeah, all girls say that." I said, "No, I really don't know how to dance."
Do you think anyone can learn how to dance?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Just
it's
asking for me.
I don't think you really have to dance.
Do you just
Because
kind
I
of?
think strip club is just men needs company. You just sit with them
Yeah.
and listen to. You're like a psychiatrist.
Okay.
They talk about their wives and
Yeah.
they're not happy with the relationship. You don't really have to dance.
Interesting. I feel like is that bigger in Vegas and maybe other cultures with
Yeah.
stripping because
Yeah, because I live now in Miami. It's different. It's way different.
yeah,
Because in Vegas, it's like a really a gentleman's club that you sit with them in a VIP club, and their like whole company's there. So you really, and there's a lot of cameras, and you get paid hourly by the card. In Miami, it's different. It's they throw money on the floor, and it's different.
yeah, a little bit more transactional versus
Yeah.
like conversational.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
So, so I've actually talked to a few girls now, and they all say Vegas is their favorite place to strip.
Yes.
So, explain like the culture and the environment, and like, because you say that you've met gentlemen, and like,
Yes.
I think that's really hard in the sex work industry because even some of my subscribers shit on me. So, you know.
Like most of my fans right now, because I met them at the Rhino.
Wow, most of your fans?
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes. And they're really like, they work in an. I met a lot of guys that I didn't know they're like rich, like wealthy rich, but they when I meet them, they're like so nice, and they take
And so
care
humble.
of me. Yeah.
Mhm.
They take care of me because they know I take care of my whole family back home.
Mhm.
So really, I just sit with them the whole time, and then they just wait for me all the time.
Mhm.
Even I'm so busy, like I wish I can like clone myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole time I was at the Rhino, I was also juggling because Francine has her whole house. She's a business minded. She's half Filipino, half Chinese, and her whole house is full of camera. Before OnlyFans, she has like her whole entire house has a camera. Her fans is watching her, and she has a live show every Thursday. And all her fans look at me like, "Who is this girl
Yeah.
in your house?" So before I made a website, so I met this guy, my first boyfriend in America or Vegas after I broke up with that guy, my ex. He managed me, and he told me like, "You should be a star. Fuck all the models. You should be a star," because he saw me as a business, which is good too. you know.
An
He
extent.
yeah, it's different. He's not jealous, but he's a poker player, and he put me in all the billboards here in LA, black magazines. Um, that's why I did a lot of TV shows too, and car shows, and music videos with E40, and a lot of guys that I don't know.
Did you know any celebrities back then? Like, were you starting to understand who celebrities were, or you were just...
No, I actually danced for a lot of like people that I don't even know them.
People
And
were
now I
just...
know. Yeah, I met a lot of like Mike Tyson is my one of my customer, but I thought he was just like a regular guy, so I was like, subscribe to my website.
So did you create the website and you continued stripping while you had the website?
So I have my ex made a website for me. It's called ilovecjmalls.com. She said you need to have your own website because everywhere we go. So when we go to like Bellagio or all the hotels and casinos, everybody look at me like from 4 years old to 104 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody looks at you. Like if somebody doesn't look at me, like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
He's like that. Like he looks at me like a business, which is good. And that's how I learned from where my mind is now, like from him and from Francine D.
Yeah.
Because every time like Francine's like, okay, I'm gonna take you to a car show. You need to get paid. You cannot do this for free. Because the first time I think that's why I was known too, because I traveled with her in San Francisco, LA, Hawaii, everywhere. She's getting paid, and I'm just doing it for free.
Okay.
Because I was like, I love this, like doing car show and signing autographs and
Yeah.
taking pictures everywhere. And I meet a lot of guys. And I didn't have a website that time, and I was just doing everything for free. I think that's how people knows me. And then I joined like strip clubs, like bikini contest.
Okay.
So it's all like blonde girls, tall, sexy girls here in Sapphire, I think. And I was in the middle. I was like, the guys are like, who's the short girl? So I was like new to everybody.
Yeah.
So that's how I think I was doing it for free for a long time, and then Francine's like, you need to get paid now.
Did she help you in a lot of ways, just like
Yes.
grow your business? I mean, she helped you grow everything.
Yeah,
And
she sells everything like her lingeries and panties. She even like taught me how to like, okay, kiss this napkin, and my kiss mark was there. Like, do you know that you're famous? I'm like, no. What do you mean? In her own world, she has her webcam shit, and I don't have a laptop that time. So
Yeah.
I didn't know I was like. So I traveled the world, like, and then people.
Was this
noticed me.
before Instagram? Like that?
Yes.
Okay, so before Instagram, that people
Yeah.
were like recognizing you places.
Yeah, and then my photographer's like, CJ, do you have a passport? Let's go to Australia. I was flying with Jabberwockies. I don't know if you know them. But I opened up like new clubs, and the guys, like young people, they're like, CJ. I'm like, how do you guys know me? So I don't even have a laptop, so I don't even know the social media. But I put myself out there, and Francine put me out there, and my ex put me out in a lot of magazines.
Yeah.
And music videos, so that's how I didn't know I got I love internet.
Were you able to like support your family through all of this?
Yes, up to now.
Was that like your favorite part of being able to do all of this? Was
Yeah.
being able to give back to them?
Yeah, I feel like I work so hard every day that I go to Rhino and fly to LA here and do like everything for free. I just want to put myself out there.
Yeah.
And even my friends, like I do car shows, like I work from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and I do car show at noon and photo shoots so I can support my whole family.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. So are you fully supporting your family back
Up
home?
to now, yes.
Up to now? Does that mean you're not anymore?
Up to now, yes.
Oh, like currently you still are?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. That
I
terms
made
was
my
confusing.
dad quit his job and everybody.
Oh, that's so
So I bought them a house from all my hard work.
So this boyfriend that you met, how is he like business minded? You said he did poker or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
Are the poker guys really smart? I've never met one of them in person, so I don't know.
Okay, you should. There's one here in LA.
Are the poker nights that I hear about?
Yes. They always look for pretty girls.
Okay.
And they don't judge us.
So he was very business minded. He helped you build everything.
Yeah, but if you find like a guy who's really successful, you cannot stop what you're doing because at the end they will be like controlling you.
Yeah.
And let you stop whatever you're doing. So a lot of girls, because I have a web guy before, like, oh, CJ, everybody wants to be like you, but as soon as they get a boyfriend, they quit everything.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah, and then
when
what?
They're done with you. You didn't even start your own business.
Mhm.
So I feel like you have to all the girls, you have to like find a guy who's gonna support, or just do your own thing.
Mhm.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
You cannot rely on any guy.
Amen, sister. Amen.
Because for me, it's either a lot of guys I dated like, oh, when are you gonna quit dancing? When are you gonna quit doing modeling? I'm like, I support my whole family. If you don't respect that, then you can go.
Yeah. Did this poker player, because this poker player helped you build a website and stuff,
Yes.
was he trying to get you to quit too?
No, he didn't. But he couldn't fuck me for 6 months.
Because
A lot of my ex couldn't fuck me after 6 months.
why?
I don't know why. Drugs.
Oh, drugs. Okay. Well, that would make a little bit of sense. You know, whiskey
Yeah.
dick, coke dick,
Everything.
everything dick.
Yeah. So
Was that like the downfall of the relationship? It was just
Yeah.
like,
because I'm really easygoing.
but you gotta have the dick.
So yeah. So now how did I get it? Oh, okay. So when I danced in the Rhino for 12 years.
Mhm.
That was good. I met a lot of good people in my life
Mhm.
and made me strong and made me wiser.
Yeah.
And then I just like, okay, I'm done dancing. And I bought a lot of properties already and support my whole family. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to move to Miami. So I just, because I have friends in Miami and they have a good life because there's a beach. My dream is to wake up morning, not like wake up like 7 p.m. and go to work and go home at 7 a.m.
Mhm.
Like my dream is like to be successful, because successful people wake up at 5 a.m. So that was my dream. So now I'm like still trying to.
Yeah.
Now I wake up like 7 a.m. here because it's like 10.
I feel like I need to apologize for burping. I don't know.
You're fine.
I've never heard of it, but
It's UK based. It's owned by UK. So I met Dan Bilzerian and Dan Fleischman at the Rhino. They're like sitting there in the couch, like, you have to meet this guy. He owns the app. I was like, okay. Like, I don't know them, but I can see they're from LA. Like, you have to meet this guy who owns this soup app. I'm like, okay. So I flew here in Beverly Hills and I met him and he fell in love with me, of course. Duh. So I worked for him, but he
he
ended up,
doesn't
like,
fall in love with you.
so I work for Soup App. It's kind of like the same like OnlyFans, but the difference is it's like a Snapchat. You send the videos and they buy the videos, but you cannot really talk to OnlyFans.
Okay, so you can't like interact with
Yeah,
your.
you cannot interact, but you
got
get
it.
tips like coins.
Uh-huh.
But so I was with him for a year,
Uh-huh.
but he got controlling because he gets jealous
Yeah.
that I'm always on the app, like getting naked. I was like, this is your app. You made this shit.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
married too, right?
Yeah. Shout out. His family knows me anyway. Anyway, so after that, I went here.
Did he
in
make you
LA.
stop dancing? Or did he,
Yes.
or not dancing, but, because you weren't dancing at this point, you were just on the
Yeah.
app. Did he make you stop, like,
Yes,
posting stuff?
Yes, all of the above.
Oh my God, so he made you stop at posting stuff. He owns this app, which is,
Yeah.
like, do you think
Because
it's
I feel like successful men, they just want to take care of you.
yeah.
Which is fine, but I'm also like independent.
Yeah, do you
know?
think that men like that think of you more like an object than they do as an actual
No,
partner?
I think a lot of girls, especially in LA, they just want to be taken care of. But I take care of my whole family.
Yeah.
That's the difference because I grew up by myself, so nobody really can control me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, no, I grew up with no mom and no dad that this is what you do. You cannot do this shit.
Yeah.
No, I do everything on my own.
Yeah.
So, but I think he understand that. And so I came here in LA. I did a photo shoot, and my first photographer here in LA is Twist LA, and he saw me at Starbucks in Melrose. He's like, CJ, you need to work for Bill, like OnlyFans. I said, no, I can't because I'm on Soup App and I'm on a contract. No, he's gonna help you out. And then I met Bill.
And Bill was the owner of OnlyFans at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
He's so nice, and he showed me everything on his computer. Like, okay, this is all the porn star, and like, it's kind of the same with OnlyFans, but I mean Soup App, but you can interact with the.
Yeah.
So I got out of the contract with Soup App, and I started with OnlyFans. So 2016.
Okay, so OnlyFans knew that at the time that they wanted to go into like sex work then. At least Bill did, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And he's so nice. And I was like focusing and still on dancing, and like, why are you now focusing on OnlyFans? Because I see the money in the club, like I get cash every day.
Yeah, and OnlyFans isn't as immediate of gratification,
Yes.
at least until quarantine, because quarantine it
Yes.
was like very immediate
Yes.
gratification. So you didn't like get into OnlyFans at first. It took you a minute, right?
Yeah, it took a while. And Bill was like supportive of me, like, no, I have bills to pay and I have like family. Like, okay, how much do you need? I love you. And then one time, like, I went to Italy and I messaged him, like, why is not Bill not messaging me back? And I didn't know he died.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it was sad for me. But he made a note to the new owner of OnlyFans, like, whatever CJ does, just leave her alone. Because I was promoting my website, which is you cannot do.
Oh.
I was like promoting my CJMilesOfficial.com, like whatever she does, like there's a note. Whatever she does, leave her alone. Let her be. So that was good.
So then you got your career started on OnlyFans. At this point, you obviously had an Instagram, right? Like you had an
Yes.
Instagram.
This is my 9th Instagram.
Your 9th Instagram right now?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, when did you start your current one?
Long time ago. Because a lot of people are like, how did you get like a lot of fans? Actually, I should have like 10 million. But my friends are like, you know what, CJ, because you're too much, you should have more fans. But if you're like a workout girl, it's easier for you. Like, oh, okay, if you have a boyfriend, oh, I follow CJ because she's in a workout, she's promoting protein shake, whatever. But if it's like CJ Miles, there's no brand. Like, okay, so a lot of guys like following me like ghost.
Okay, got
Like,
it.
they just check on me, but they don't want to follow me because of their wives or
Oh,
girlfriend.
yeah, that happens
It's
a
like
lot.
a taboo. Yeah, like my friends like, I can follow you right now, but my girlfriend will break up with me.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool, awesome.
What has like your most recent relationships taught you? Or your most recent relationship taught you?
I just had a breakup. But it's okay.
We love breakups. I think breakups are great.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sad, but you know, it's like a new chapter in life,
Yeah.
a better chapter in life.
Yes. You're like, yes.
Yes.
But that's why I'm here in LA, because I'm like traveling and focusing on the work again.
Yeah.
Because when you're in a relationship, you just like get comfy, like, eh. But he supported me on OnlyFans too, but he made a lot of money now, so. But my advice is to all of the girls, whether if it's a good guy or not a good guy, or yeah, I dated a lot of guys like they're
You dated a lot of rich men, and then this was the first
or
guy?
not even rich. Like I dated like waiters and bartenders because I wanna like find love, you know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like in the club, like I meet a lot of rich guys, but they can find another girl just like that. So I was looking for love, but they end up cheating too. So might as well like date a rich guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but for me, it's not even about money because I have my own money and I support my whole family. So I never really depend on any guy. I've been depending on myself the whole time because
Yeah.
I never fail myself.
Uh-huh.
I never fail myself. You know what I mean? Like, so to all the girls that want to be up there, just work.
Work.
Don't depend on any guy because
And
it
don't
can
let a
change.
guy depend on you is the lesson you just
Exactly.
learned.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's hard to like depend or
Have a guy like
support.
depend on you?
Yeah, I supported a lot of guys too.
Because you were like,
I was in love.
yeah, you were supporting your whole family and a
then-
man.
Yeah, it's another kid.
Yeah, just oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's hard for. I think a lot of right now, like a lot of people judge OnlyFans girls or oh she does. I think that's the difference between me and other girls, not you, of course.
Yeah.
That's why you're here interviewing me. A lot of people like judge girls like, oh, you do OnlyFans. Like I can see in their eyes like they're judging me, but I don't give a fuck. I think that's the difference between me and other girls. That's why you're not successful because I don't care what people say about me.
And I think a lot of people who judge the OnlyFans girls are like, they're projecting some suppressed sexuality from like growing up or something like that, because a few years ago I didn't necessarily judge OnlyFans girls, but I was like, I could never be an OnlyFans girl, like I couldn't do that. And then I like took enough acid where I was like, you know, acid makes you like really
I never
distinguish.
tried, but I'll try.
Okay.
Can you say that? Okay.
On acid, I was like, wait, it's everyone else's judgments I'm caring about, not mine. But then I realized, like, I don't give a shit if girls show their vagina on OnlyFans. I don't give a shit about all this stuff. So it's like, but it is something that you have to like unlearn. You have to unlearn people's judgments and unlearn your own judgments
Yeah.
because usually they're not beneficial for like anybody.
Exactly. So I think that's how what I learned from Francine too. Like she's always naked at her house and 24 hours camera. Like CJ, you can be naked. It's like we're kids, you know. It's not malicious. I was like, you're right. For me, like my vagina is really small and cute. Like I don't know. It's,
Yeah.
And yeah, in the strip club, I'm always naked. I feel like I'm more free. It's not because I'm like unsexual. I'm gonna fuck your guy. No, it's not. I'm just like naked all the time. So it's easier for me to do OnlyFans. And I feel like there's a lot of people, like especially girls, like older girls, like look at me like, she's a porn star. Like I don't really care because I support my whole family. What do you do?
Yeah.
You know? And I don't care what. I think that's the difference between me and other girls. They care about, their neighbor or their ex or like, oh, what they gonna say? Like, I don't really care. I travel by myself. I can afford to go travel everywhere I want and support my whole family. I don't care what people say about me because my family doesn't care.
Yeah, and I think it's super important too. Like one of my goals with the podcast is to try to not dehumanize, because I think the public dehumanizes sex workers. But one of my goals is to like humanize sex workers and show their story and like show that they're an actual person, so people are able to like empathize and like get rid of some of their judgments. But I just have a question, because it seems like you've been through a lot of like rough relationships. Like, what do you think they have all taught you about yourself as a person? Like, how have you grown from them? What have you learned? And how have you moved forward?
I think I'm just gonna start looking for more love because I'm really independent and I can take care of myself. It's good if somebody's gonna take care of me too, but not like look at me as in like, oh, she makes a lot of money and I have to like sit back. No.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm excited to meet you too because yeah, you're a smart girl. Because a lot of girls thinks like, oh, she's a OnlyFans porn star, whatever. No, like in my head, like this girl is smart.
Thank you.
For your age.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Really. I wish I have a podcast too. Yeah, you're good.
You can one day, girlfriend. Do you see any resemblance between like the controlling men in your life seeing you as an object versus like seeing you as a person? Or like, do you see them seeing you as an object versus seeing you as an actual person in your life? Like a lot of these like rich men, they just like want someone to do what they want or mold to like what they want.
I think rich men are more smart than not guys who doesn't have a lot because they're like jealous and controlling. But rich men, they let you do. They understand.
Oh, so the rich men are the ones who let you do what you want, but it was more so.
Yeah, because every like successful men that I met that I didn't know they're billionaires. I didn't know. They don't tell me till I Google their name. But yeah, but they're more like they respect me more.
Yeah. Okay.
I think because they're not jealous. They're like they respect me more. Yeah,
Okay.
because I work hard for my money and I don't stop being controlled by them. They know like I want to make more money and I don't want to get their money. Like when I see guys or girls that made their life, I'm like, that's not my money.
Yeah.
I want to make my own money. So I
Like the
never
boss
ask.
bitch.
Yeah, I never ask or want their money at all. Like I'm just like, wow, you did good. Like
Yeah.
I want to be good too. Like I want to do good too. Because I respect how they did it, and so I think they respect me too.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any last words? Any final thoughts that you want to tell the audience?
To all the girls, strong girls like you, let's make money.
Let's
Not,
make money.
yeah, don't depend on any guy or love or everything. But if you want to have kids, but you still like, I support all women that they make their own money and don't depend on anybody, because at the end of the day, you're gonna depend on yourself.
All right. Where do people find you?
OnlyFans.com, CJ Miles, CJMiles.com, Instagram, CJ Miles.
Woo! Or it's Miss CJ Miles on Instagram.
Thank you, you're good.
And then
You're smart.
my website is it's DEELZ, DEELZ.com. Find all my links there. Thanks.
Ow!
Woo!
That's a long...